Wait, how do I? Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can.
Are we
I
quiet?
can't hear me. I can hear you. Keep
Turn it on.
Corbin. Keep talking.
Keep talking. I'm
Okay,
talking.
I. No, is it unmuted? Okay. Mclean County Sports Network here with our first broadcast of the decade. This is a monumental game for us. First one of the decade. Your McLean County Lady Cougars are playing the Owensboro Catholic Aces at the Owensboro Sports Center. I am Aaron Ring, joined by Corbin Case on the mic, who's also doing the camera, and Nate Carlock on computer. Owensboro Catholic is one of our biggest rivals, so this was a very hyped up game that I am very hyped up for. I'm ready to see some great basketball, and it looks like our starting lineups are beginning. First up for the Lady Cougars is number 3, Alyssa Burrows. Number 11, Natalie Patterson. Number 12, Hannah Hampton, our only senior. Number 33, Cameron McMahon. And at center, number 45, McKenna Rush. We do not have rosters for the other team yet. Oh, no, we do.
This is cool.
That's the boys' team, Nate.
Nate, this boys.
I think we got a video playing. Oh, and Matthew Miller has joined us, and he's dancing. He's excited. I feel like McLean County High School could make a better one of these videos right here.
Well, where would we get the lights?
No, I meant like...
Oh, just the video?
We would make the video and then...
Yeah.
Rig up some lights. That sounds like a job for the news network.
That's us.
Yeah. We need to get on that.
Yeah.
Their starting lineup, number 2, Caroline Reeves, I believe. Number 5, Isabella Henning. Spence, Catherine Head, number 15. And number 22, Hannah McKay. And there's just a huge crowd here to see this game from each side,
man, let's back
from
up.
both sides. Not sure what Owensboro Catholic's doing, but it looks like they're done. What? Yeah, it was a pretty cool intro, but we're gonna have to make a better one. And Aces with the ball. Number 5 taking it down the court. Nate, if you could keep looking for those rosters, it'd be if you could do that.
Please, Nate.
Number 5 puts it up and gets it in there for 2, I believe. I don't think she was on the 3. Yeah, just 2. Your Cougars now with the ball. McMahon takes it down the court. Pass to Patterson. To Hampton. Back to McMahon. And to Rush. Rush puts it up and just barely misses. It looks like McKenna Rush was fouled. She will be. Was it 2 shots, Corbin?
Yeah, yeah.
2 shots, and the first one is good. Do
you have the right? Oh, yeah, you got it. Okay.
Second shot is no good. That is Lady Ace's ball.
There's a foul on Hannah Hampton.
Pass to number 5. And
It's a jump ball,
ball.
so it will be Cougars ball.
Natalie Patterson taking the ball down the court. And it gets a little tripped up and it goes out of bounds, making it Lady Ace's ball. Catherine Head with the ball. And goes up and shot a little early, I think. Went out of bounds.
Looks like it. She went up for the shot, but McLean County knocked it out. So Aces will be taking out the ball. And
Harvey with the ball. And number 22 with the scored 2 points.
that's way too many points, Nate. Nate.
I'm not seeing number 22 on the roster. Maybe I misread the jersey.
No, it was 22. Right there.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the other
Hannah
side.
McKay.
Hannah McKay. McKenna Roach with the ball, puts it up, bounces out.
McKay with the rebound. Looks like it is out on Aces, so it will be Cougars ball.
I need a piece of paper or something.
Natalie Patterson taking down the ball. Pass it to McMahon. Back to Patterson. Back to McMahon. Passes it out to Burrows. He passes
Burrows
it to Rush.
To Rush. Rush puts it up and
makes
gets
the
it in
point.
there. Scoring, I think, 100% of our points this game so far. Lady Aces lead by 1, 4-3. And Harvey with the shot, bounces out. McMahon with the ball.
She's going down.
Oh, and it's knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. And McKenna Rush puts it up again, bounces up, puts it up again. Rebound
Natalie
by
Patterson catches it. Looks like Hannah McKay gets the rebound.
Passes to Harvey, I believe. Coach Hicks has just joined us, ladies and gentlemen. Our fearless leader.
I haven't seen him since last decade.
Yeah, beat me to it. Henning puts it up, but it misses.
There were so many people on that ball, I can't tell who
Patterson
got the
drives
rebound.
it up the court, puts it up, and it's good. Stealing the lead from the Aces. Cougars 5, Aces 4.
McKay with the ball. Passes it to number 5.
Number 5 is Henning.
McKay has the ball now. Passes it to Henning.
Yes, Henning.
Passes it to gets stopped by Hannah Hampton. McMahon with the ball. Passes it to Burrows, who passes it to Patterson, who goes up and makes the score. Shot. Making it Cougars 7, Aces 4.
Reed with the ball. And Henning puts it up. A little short.
Rebound by
with
Burrows.
a pass to Hampton. Pass to
Pass it
McMahon.
Passes it to Hampton. Passes it to Burrows.
Over to Burrows, who
Goes up.
puts it up and almost rebounded by McKenna Rush. Reed with the ball. And nope.
Looks like there's a foul on Patterson, I believe. Meaning Aces will shoot 2.
11, Natalie Patterson, her first, team second. At the line for 2 shots, Caroline Reed.
And Reed's first shot is no good.
Haley Johnson checking in for Burrows, and
Brianna Fraley checking in for McKenna Rush. And Reed's second shot is good. Get some more substitutions on the other team.
Natalie Patterson taking out the ball.
Your Cougars lead by 2. And to McMahon. Pass to Patterson.
Who goes up for the shot and is just short.
Rebound by Fraley, who gets it to McMahon. Oh, and a pass to Fraley, which is stolen by number 1, Riney.
Number 20 makes the
Number
shot.
20, Camille Conkerite,
making the shot
With
and
the
tying it up at
Yep.
7.
with 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. McMahon with a pass to Patterson, to Johnson, to McMahon, who puts it up for the 3.
And it's just short.
Harvey dribbles the ball down the court with a pass to Conkerite, to McKay,
Who
who's
gets
blocked goes
by
high,
Hannah Hampton.
to Conkerite, to Riney, to McKay, to number 35, Maggard.
Looks like McKay gets fouled by Haley Johnson. And McKay will shoot 2.
Foul on number 12, Hannah Hampton, her second.
Oh, Hannah Hampton.
At the line for 2 shots, Hannah McKay.
First shot is good. McKenna Rush checks in for Hannah Hampton. Second shot is good, making it now 9-7. Aces with the lead.
Patterson with the ball. Good offense by Patterson. Oh, the ball kind of gets away
Pass
from
it
her,
to
but a pass
Rush.
to Rush. And out of bounds.
Looks like it is a timeout, Cougars.
And with that timeout, we're going to take a little timeout of our own, brought to you by Independence Bank, located in Livermore, Kentucky. I'm sorry, Buck Creek Baptist Church. And we are back. Fraley put the ball up, bounced off the backboard. McKay with a pass to Conkright. Looks like there was a walk.
Patterson takes out the ball. Who passes it to McMahon, who gets stuck and looks like is forced to walk.
Riney with the ball. To Maggard. Back to Riney. To McKay.
Armando wanted me to
Harvey.
let you all know that he is in the building. There we go.
Hopefully.
Number 11 goes up for the shot. Pops out.
Bounces out. Haley Johnson takes the ball down the court.
Passes it to McMahon.
And bounces
Looks
out
like
of
it got knocked out of bounds by Aces. Patterson has the ball. And Aces knock it out of bounds again. McMahon has the ball. Who passes it to Rush, who goes up for the shot, and it just makes it out.
2 seconds left on the clock. At the end of the first quarter, the Lady Aces are in the lead by 2 points, 9-7. And we will be right back. This break is brought to you by B.F. Evans, located in Livermore, Kentucky. And we are back with Matthew Miller, his first words of the decade. Just make sure they're smart. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say
Okay.
I think that was a pretty good first quarter.
That was pretty good, pretty close. Aces lead by 2. Maggard with the ball. A pass to Riney.
And I see, just looking out on the
Gonker,
court right now,
set
both
back.
teams with a lot of returning players from last year.
And McKay puts it up for 2.
And that pass by McKay is tipped out of bounds. Cougars will retain possession.
Haley Johnson with the ball, takes it down the court to Rush. Gives it to McMahon, to Johnson, back to McMahon, to Johnson, to Patterson, to Fraley, back to Patterson. And Patterson puts it up for 2. Your Cougars trail by 2. Aces 11, Cougars 9. And
That's
Maggard.
Maggard for 2 points there.
Ooh, ball almost stolen from Patterson, but she holds on to it.
And here come the Aces the other way. McKay in transition. She will be fouled by Patterson. Good job by Patterson stopping the easy 2 points there.
Foul number 11, Emily Patterson, her second, team 5th, at the line for 2 shots. Hannah McKay.
McKay will be shooting 2 shots. First one is no good.
And it looks like Hampton will check in for Patterson here. She does have 2 fouls, so she needs to be careful not to get a third. If it hits the top of the backboard, I didn't think it would count.
Did they count it?
They counted it, okay. So that'll be 14-9 with 6:28 left in the second quarter. And Coach Johnson will take a timeout.
And with that timeout, we'll be taking a little timeout of our own. And we would like to talk about MCHS TV for a little bit. Basically, it's real simple. In your search bar on Google, on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, just type in mchs.tv and it'll immediately take you to our YouTube channel. If there's a game streaming, it'll take you right to it. And you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel so you'll also get a notification when we are streaming. And we are back.
And it'll be Patterson taking the ball up for the Cougars here. And hopefully we'll be able to knock down the lead a little bit. And they're going to call a push-off on Rush there, so it'll be Catholic ball. Cougars down 5. And what I've noticed so far watching this game is that the officials are letting them play a little bit, and a lot of times where they probably could have called a foul, they haven't for both teams. And so I think that may play in the Lady Cougars' advantage here, as they were in a rough game earlier this week. And so hopefully they learned from that game, and they can put what they've learned into successful play here as Patterson misses a 2-point shot, and here come the Aces the other way.
Head with the ball to Maggard, who puts it up for 2. Oh, and misses the shot.
That'll be a foul on Rush, and so not sure how many fouls she has. I'm pretty sure that's her second at least. Yeah, that's only her second. I thought maybe it would be her third, so she just needs to be careful out there playing with 2 fouls in the first half. And Burrows will check in for Patterson. And so the Cougars now down 15-9 with 5:30 left in the second quarter. Second free throw is up, and it is good as well. So the Cougars down 7, and as the score was just 9-7. So hopefully they'll be able to answer back with a couple points here to keep the Aces from pulling away.
Yeah, the Aces are slowly increasing their lead. But, oh, man. And Head.
And it looks like another foul is called, just as I was talking about how the refs were letting us play. And it looks like the foul, no foul, they're just going to say it was out of bounds on the Cougars. Ball passed into Reed. And Harvey down low goes up for 2 and gets an and 1 as there's a foul called on Burrows.
Foul number 3, Burrow, her first team 8.
And the Cougars now will be in the bonus. Or the Aces will be in the bonus, excuse me, as the Cougars have 8 fouls so far. And here comes Johnson the other way with it. And that'll be a charge as Reed goes to the floor there. That'll be a charge on Johnson. The ball going back the other way again. Reed now with the ball, bringing it up for the Aces. She dumps it off to the wing.
It's number 5, Henning.
And Henning with 2 points there.
And your Cougars trail by 11.
So down double digits in the second quarter after what looked like a promising start. And McMahon drives in. No foul called. That shot's no good. And big rebound by Rush gets it back to McMahon for 2 points. Great offensive rebound there by Rush.
Yeah, excellent. So McKay with the pass to
And so that's Henning now about passes up the 3. She looks inside, driving. And that'll be a walk there on Henning as she tried to get around Rush. Great defense by Rush down low, causing that turnover. And I'm not sure what's happening.
the refs are having a discussion
at the scores table. I'm not sure what happened there, but the scores table buzzed over the refs. It seems like they worked it out.
The last foul on the Lady Cougars was on number 2, Haley Johnson, her second.
Oh, and they were fixing who the foul was on. Something weird to notice after a few plays go by. And great job by McMahon, shot no good. Rush with another rebound. And can't quite get it to go, but McMahon another offensive rebound. So Cougars doing great on the boards here. And McMahon loses the ball, gets it back, drives in, and the 2 points is no good. They're going to call a foul on the floor.
Foul number
So that foul will be on Henning, and Patterson will take it out now for the Cougars. McMahon, 2, no good. And so the Cougars have missed a lot of shots inside tonight.
Yeah,
that's shots you got to make
on
whenever playing a tougher opponent. And McMahon with the rebound there. Oh, no foul called as Reed strips the ball away. And they're going to call Catholic will take a timeout, 30-second timeout for the Aces. And so we'll take a quick break and thank our sponsor, Buck Creek Baptist Church. We'll be right back. And we are back. The Cougars down 9, 20-11 with 3:15 left in the second quarter of this game against the Catholic Aces. And that'll be Reed with the ball now for the Aces. And so I think the Cougars, they just seems like they've played great defense so far. They just need
to make their shots.
They need to hit those shots inside, as they've had a lot of good looks, just nothing going in. And that three there by Harvey is good. So here comes Patterson the other way. Gets it to Hampton. Hampton drives and will be fouled. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Ambitious drive there by Hampton. As the Cougars didn't have numbers, but she will be going to the line to shoot 2. Hampton's first free throw is good. The second free throw is up and good as well, so good job by Hampton there, knocking down 2 free throws at the line.
Your Cougars trail by 10 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half.
And Patterson comes away with a steal. And they're going to say the ball was out on her, so Ace's ball here. Coach Johnson not happy about that call. Good job by Hampton there, not picking up a foul, as the Cougars already have 9 fouls in this game. Patterson drives, blocked. She recovers. Gets it over to Johnson. And Burrows with the ball in the wing, she'll drive in. And they're going to call a walk there, as Harvey was able to come quick with the defense. So here come the Aces, up 12 with 1:43 left in the first half. That's Harvey with the ball. She kicks it out to Concrete. Reed off a pick. Gets it over to Harvey. Inside pass.
Maggard puts it up for 2. Your Aces are Aces 27 and your Lady Cougars are 13 with 1:15 in the first half.
And
Burrows with the ball to Patterson.
And that pass by Patterson just a little bit too high. And what would have been 2 points for the Cougars is instead another turnover. That's McKay for 3. Shot rattles out. Rebound Johnson. And she'll be fouled. Fouled by Reed.
Foul on number 2, Caroline Reed. Her second, team fifth.
And as a few substitutions are being made for the Aces, Cougars keep the same players out on the floor.
30 seconds to go in the first half. Big man with the pass to Hampton, who puts it up for 2 and sinks it.
Hampton has had a pretty consistent mid-range shot so far this year.
It's great to have the reliable 2 points.
And as Conkright tries to drive in, that'll be a foul on Burrows. So she's picked up a couple fouls so far in this game. And so it looks like the Aces will be in the double bonus. That's 10 fouls for the Cougars as Rush goes to the scores table to check in. And the second free throw is good. So the Aces lead by 13 now, 28-15 with 13 seconds left in the first half. Patterson will force the issue and will be fouled. That'll be a foul on Ronnie for the Aces. One more and the Cougars will be in the bonus. McMahon drives in, and she'll be going to the line to shoot 2. So a chance to close the deficit here with 2.8 seconds left in the second quarter. And that free throw's good as it bounces around for a little bit. And so Burrows and Fraley will check into the game for the Cougars. Second free throw, no good. McKay with the rebound, and time will expire, bringing an end to the first half. So what did you think of that first half there, Aaron?
Well, I thought they seemed like pretty equally matched teams at the end of the first quarter, or an equally matched game. But then the Cougars were just struggling to get shots in the second half, second quarter, which is kind of our problem because if we made half the shots that we took, I'd say it'd be kind of a pretty close game.
Yeah, the Cougars just struggled on offense in the second quarter, and I agree with you there. And then that frustration carried over into turnovers, and so it was just snowballing downhill from there. But they're only down 12. The game's not over yet. We still have a whole nother half to play, and hopefully the Cougars can come out of the locker room strong.
I'm sure they will.
And with that, we'll be right back with the second half. This is the McLean County Sports Network. And we are back. As the Cougars are down 12, 28-16, they do start the second half with the ball. And that's McMahon driving, 2 points up, and good. 2 points for McMahon there early, bringing the Cougars within 10. As the Aces swing the ball around, looking for something inside, can't find it. Back out to the perimeter. Head looks inside, passes it back out to Reed, and they just keep skipping the ball around. And that three is good. 3 for Harvey there. So here come the Cougars the other way. And real aggressive defense by the Aces right now. As looked like a couple fouls could have been called, but the ref has been letting them play all game, and it seems like the Aces are using that to their advantage. As McKay will attempt a three, and it is good. So 2 3-pointers in a row for the Aces. And Coach Johnson will take a timeout for the Cougars. And so with that, we'll be right back. We'd like to thank our sponsor, BF Evans Ford, located in Livermore, Kentucky. And we are back. There's 6 minutes left in the third quarter. The Cougars are trailing by 16 points to the Owensboro Catholic Aces.
Patterson takes the ball down the court and is knocked out of her hands, out of bounds.
They're going to call that a foul. Looks like that foul will be on Henning. So Patterson taking the ball out now for the Cougars. She gets it into Rush. And Rush finds McMahon.
McMahon puts it up for
that was Hampton, and Hampton drives in for 2 points. Cougars down 14, 34-20. And the Aces still just swinging the ball. They are in no hurry to score these past few possessions. Pass down low to Henning, and that's 2 points for the Aces. Patterson will try to drive, and that'll be a foul called on Henning.
Foul number 5, Isabella Henning.
And it looks like Maggard will check into the game for the Aces.
McMahon with the ball to Hampton. To Johnson. And Rush puts it up for 2. Aces lead 36-22 with 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
And it seems like the Aces have no motive to push the issue right now as they're up 14 in the third quarter.
They're playing it safe.
And that's McKay down low, and that's another 2 points. It's almost like they lull them to sleep, and then they get an open shot. Hampton for 3, no good. Johnson with the rebound, tries to put it back up, and that's no good, but McMahon with a steal, and that's 2 points for the Cougars.
Cougars are slowly closing that lead, down by 14.
And now the Cougars have everything going on offense, but the defense needs to step up here. As the Aces have had 4 straight scores with two threes. Well, that 3 is no good. Johnson will come away with the rebound. Here come the Cougars the other way.
McMahon with the ball. To Patterson to Hampton, who almost loses it, but then gets it to Patterson.
And that'll be Johnson driving in, floater, good off the glass.
Nice. This is what I like to see, Matthew.
So the Cougars able to put several consecutive positive possessions on offense. And that 3 is no good. But McCabe will put it right back in for 2. Here comes McMahon now for the Cougars. Patterson deep 2, no good. And they're going to call a foul there on, that'll be a foul on Rush.
Foul on number 45, McKenna Rush on her third team free.
As wasn't able to put on the brakes fast enough after McKay stopped after getting the rebound. And with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, Cougars are down 14, 40-26. And Burrows will check into the game for Patterson. Conkright with the ball now for the Aces. She gets it to McKay. And a timeout taken by the Aces.
And with that timeout, we're going to take a little time out of our own. Brought to you by B.F. Evans, located in Livermore, Kentucky. And we are back.
And the Cougars still down by 14 as it seems like that has been the consistent lead the Aces have held so far in this third quarter. And the Cougars, they've been able to put together some points on offense, but it doesn't seem like we can stop them from scoring. And that's a missed shot there. Good defense by Rush. Here comes McMahon. Burrows pump fakes the three, gets it to McMahon, who drives, floater, no good. Rebound by Rush. That's no good. And Cougars will keep the ball here. And I will say this, Aaron, this would probably be a pretty close game, despite the Cougars' inability to score in the second quarter. That's really put us behind, and hopefully we'll be able to come back from that as we're down 14 with 40 seconds left in the third. And Maggard will walk there as she attempts to go around Rush, and Rush's defense has just been great down low so far this game. And as the Cougars had trouble beating the press there, could not get it over the half-court line within 10 seconds. And it looks like the Aces will hold to the last shot here. And that three is good for Harvey. So the third quarter will end with the Cougars down 17, 43-26. And we'll be back with the fourth. And as we start the final quarter here, the Aces will have the ball up 17. And what do you think the Cougars need to do if they're going to be able to come back in this game, Aaron?
Well, this is going to sound kind of uncreative, but we're going to have to step up both our offense and defense. Offense, just start making shots. I mean, we're shooting plenty, but it's just not, we're not getting them all in.
Yeah, I agree. We're getting good shots. They're just a lot of them aren't falling, except we saw a little turnaround there. We were able to score more in the third quarter as opposed to the second. But, yeah, our defense, it seems like the Aces are scoring on every possession as McKay attempts a three, and it's no good. And McMahon will tip it into Johnson before it goes out of bounds.
Ooh.
And Rush will wrestle the ball away from McKay. Go up for two, no good. Johnson with the rebound. And McMahon with her foot on the line shoots a deep two. And Rush again down low. And she'll lose the ball there. McKay, another three. And that one is good.
Three-pointer, Hannah McKay.
And so the Aces now up 20 for the first time in this game. And the Cougars need to do something if they're going to be able to get back in this ball game. And that pass will go out of bounds as the Aces tried to force the issue there and get a quick two in transition. And that's 2 points there for Johnson.
That's Johnson.
And Natalie Patterson with a good steal there, taking the ball away from McKay. So here come the Cougars. Burrows attempts a three. And they're going to call a loose ball foul on Rush as she goes for the rebound. So one more foul, Rush will be out of the game. She needs to be careful playing with four. And Burrows goes for the steal, and she'll deflect it out of bounds. And they'll say that Reed touched it last, Cougars ball. So Johnson will get it to Patterson. She'll pump fake. And get it back to Johnson. Johnson drives. 2 points for Johnson there over Maggard. Great drive by her, the eighth grader. And underclassmen playing for the Cougars is not anything new. As we saw Patterson playing as an eighth grader last year and Johnson playing this year. And that three is good, so another three for the Aces as they just keep falling. That one will be good by Harvey. And Burrows pump fakes the three, drives, shot no good. And McKenna Rush will foul out of the game with that another loose ball foul. So that'll be Fraley checking in for her.
Your Cougars trail by 19 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game.
And it seems like the Cougars just could never piece everything together at the right time tonight. As we saw moments where they looked good on offense and moments where they looked good on defense, but just wasn't able to make it all stick.
Yeah, we weren't able to do both at the same time, Matthew. I think a huge part of it is just our missing of shots.
Well, a number of turnovers too, and the third quarter and part of the fourth, just our defense. We just couldn't with just no stops at all. It's almost like they scored every time in the third quarter. And that would have been the quarter to turn things around. We did well on offense in that quarter. And with that timeout, we'll be right back, and we'd like to thank our sponsor, Buck Creek Baptist Church. And so we are back with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game, and the Cougars are down 21. As they've failed to get anything going here against the Aces. And Patterson will drive. And that ball will be poked out of bounds. Cougars will retain possession. And it seems like the Aces constantly going for the ball. You could probably call a foul there, but the officials have let them play all night. And Burrows for three. No good. Rebound Fraley. And she'll walk before she's able to pass it out to Johnson. So Aces ball. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And McMahon will check in now for Hampton. And McKay is blocked by Fraley. And she gets the ball to Johnson. Here come the Cougars the other way. Johnson drives, shot no good. Here comes McKay the other way with it. And that's Henning for two, no good. McKay with a rebound, no good again. And that'll be Goetz going to the line to shoot two after she gets a rebound and puts it back up.
Foul number 33, Cameron McMahon, her first team fourth. Line for 2 shots, Gates.
And it looks like the Cougars are going to put in the bench. That's
number 22, Bolton, Miller, Galloway, Bell. I can't even find our fifth player, Blades. Did I already say
that's
Blades?
Maria Blades, number 5, checked in the game as she picks up a foul early, stopping that fast break. Cougars down 23.
Foul number 5, Maria Blades, her first team fifth.
And so Owensboro Catholic will put in the bench as well.
Maddie Hayden.
As Hayden will shoot 2 free throws now from the line. And that first one is good. Second free throw up and good as well. So 2 free throws at the line there for the Aces. And that'll be over and back as Blades is unable to get it across half court. And a missed layup there for the Aces. And here comes Blades the other way with the ball. She gets it to Meller. Meller to Bolton. Bolton unable to catch the pass, but recovers. And as the ball's rolling across the floor, the Aces will have it. And Blades comes down with the rebound.
1 minute.
And that pass to Galloway is long and out of bounds. .50 seconds left in the game. Score 55-30.
Basket by Lauren Keeler.
And with 20 seconds left, Bolton dribbles on the outside. She gets it stolen, recovers. Now it'll be a jump ball. With 16 seconds left in the game. Bolton tries to go behind the back. It's stolen.
Miller to Bolton. 1 second,
And as the game ends, the score will be 57-30.
And we will be back with the boys' game in not too long, so stay tuned.
Well, we're going to end this stream and start another. I'm
Oh,
pretty
we
sure.
are? Is that what we're doing, Nate? We're ending the stream and starting another one? No, we're just
No, this will be
continuing?
the same stream,
Yep,
so
so
just tune back in.
Tune back in.
And we'll have the boys' games for you in just a little bit. Welcome back to McLean County Sports Network. As we announce our starting lineups, we have number 2, Jacob Clark, number 3, Trey Englehart, 25, Braden Bishop, 32, Isaac Springer, and 35, Logan Patterson.
Roster. Well, we're about to. Hey, Nate, can you pull up a roster again? And we'll just take pictures of it. Oh, man, they've got a promotional video as well.
Whoa!
We were discussing earlier, I don't know, I think you were here, Matthew, but we were saying that we think that the McLean County News Network could create a promotional video like this that could rival, if not surpass, this video.
Yeah, we just wouldn't be able to play it for the games because we don't have a projector in our gym. So that's the only problem we've been facing.
Well, maybe we could raise money for one.
Yeah, Lady Aces!
For your home, Owensboro Catholic Aces.
Oh, my bad.
Head guard number 1, Andrew Ronnie.
And as the Aces announce their starting lineup, what do you think what to expect from this game, Aaron?
Well, I know Owensboro Catholic is a very tough team in all sports, but I'm pretty sure our football team beat them last season.
I think
I think so.
I think it was like 37, 36 or something like that. At Steel Stadium,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And so we're about to tip off the first round of the Boys All-A Classic. And here's the tip. The Aces will win the tip.
Surprising. I'm just kidding. Number 22 on the other team is very tall.
And he'll start out the game with a turnover. That'll be a walk for the Aces.
Number 22's name is Webb. Jarius Webb.
And it'll be Patterson who gets it to Englehart. And hopefully the Cougars are able to score here to start out the game with a small lead. It's always good to score first. And the Cougars just can't seem to find anything right now as they keep passing the ball around. Clark will drive in, get it to Springer. Down low. And it is going to be hard to score inside over that presence that Webb brings the Aces. As Patterson drives and gets it stolen, so here come the Aces the other way. And that'll be another turnover for the Aces. And that is a walk on number 3, Weaver. And they're going to call a moving screen on Englehart there, so ball going back the other way. So a few turnovers for both teams, and we're still at 0-0. And Patterson with the steal as they try to get it down low to Webb. Here come the Cougars. Englehart drives. Shot no good. Webb with the rebound, and here comes Griffin in transition. And Griffith, that's 2 points good for the Aces. So first score of the game going to the Aces. And that ball is tipped out of bounds by Weaver, so Cougars will retain possession. And that'll be another pass tipped out of bounds by Griffith. Patterson will take it out now for the Cougars.
Englehart with the ball. Old TE3 as we call him. And Patterson to Englehart, who
the shot
rattles out.
Yeah, that looked like it was good and just came out. Nice pass to get it down low. And that's Hartz knocking down a three there for the Aces. And Cougars will take a timeout early, and with that we'll be right back, and we'd like to thank our sponsor, Buck Creek Baptist Church. And we are back. The score is 5-0 as the Aces leading into the Cougars starting out early. There's 5 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first quarter. And Clark's pass is stolen. And there's Weaver for 2 points on the fast break. And that shot is no good. Clark will come up with it. Puts it back in for two. Shot no good. Englehart unable to come away with the rebound. And then it looks like Brady Dame will check into the game for Englehart.
Into the game for the Cougars, number 21, Brady Dame.
And that three is good for Griffith. And Bishop 2 points, good. And so the Cougars finally take the lid off the basket with that 2 points from Bishop.
Ooh. And out of bounds on Webb.
Yeah, that pass to Webb just a little too high.
Yeah, just a little too high.
Clark with the ball in the corner, gets it to Patterson. And Weaver gets it before it goes out of bounds, and Webb will dunk it on the other end. And so another timeout will be taken by the Cougars. And we'll be right back after thanking our sponsor, B.F. Evans Ford. And we are back. The score is 12-2 with 3:44 remaining in the first quarter. And Clark, deep three.
Nice.
And it's good.
And your Cougars trail by 7. Aces 12, Cougars 5. Kind of coming back a little bit.
Big three there by Clark. And hopefully he'll get something going tonight, because when Jacob Clark is
He's
if Jacob
very
Clark is
accurate.
on, it's not many teams can keep up with his
It's
scoring
supernatural,
ability.
really.
And here comes Bishop the other way.
Like a ghost.
And Bishop almost loses the ball.
Oh, no.
And he does lose the ball. It's a fast break.
Oh,
And the layup, wide open, is
that's
missed.
embarrassing.
That was Ronnie missing the wide open layup.
Well,
And so
it
Patterson,
happens.
nice
Damn.
pass by Patterson down low,
Ooh.
and Dame misses a layup of his own. Springer gets the rebound, puts it up, 2
Nice.
points. Nice offensive rebound
The
there.
Cougars are now down by 5 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And Dame's layup was a lot more contested, as he had Webb right on his back.
Especially compared to having no one.
Webb down low, shot no good. Bishop with the rebound. Patterson takes a three. It's no good. Gets his own
Oh.
rebound. Oh, and
it
loses it
slips
before
out
going
his
up.
fingers.
Yeah, that
could
would've been
been
an
a
easy
really
2
awesome
points,
play.
yeah. And Patterson will check into the game, or not, excuse me. Patterson will check out of the game for Englehart, and Phillips checking in for Bishop. Cougars down 5, 12-7. And that shot's no good. Brady Dame with the big rebound. And if Brady does not provide anything else, he will provide rebounds.
Yep. That is true. He's always there, Matthew. He's always there for the rebound.
As Dame drives in, kicks it out to Clark for 3. And Clark hits another 3. Making the score 12-10. Cougars on a 10-0 run after starting out down 12-0. If Clark can really get it going, the Aces are going to be in for it. And good defense down low, but Webb still able to make the highly contested shot down low.
Phillips with the ball.
Phillips unable to shake Griffith, and he finally does and picks up a foul.
Foul number 2, Brian Griffith, his first team first.
And that'll be Weaver checking back into the game and McFarland checking into the game.
And for the Aces, number 25, Sam McFarland.
Phillips taking the ball out now for the Cougars, gets it into Patterson. Pass just a little too high. Loose ball. Weaver gets it. Here come the Aces. Weaver will drive. Shot no good. And Webb will just put it back in after getting an offensive rebound. Your score 16-10 with 33 seconds left in the first quarter. So the Cougars probably going to hold to the last shot here.
Hey, sauce him up, Travis.
And that pass is deflected. Patterson comes up with it. There's 3 seconds on the clock. And Patterson shoots from the elbow, and it's no good as the buzzer sounds. So the first quarter win with the Cougars down 6, 16-10. And I was a little bit worried there when we started out 12-0, but we fought back and got back into this ball game. We'll be right back with the second quarter. And we are back. The Cougars are down 4. As the official is encouraging the Cougars to break huddle and start the second quarter. Ball passed in to Clark. Back to Bishop. And here we go in the second quarter. Bishop looking inside, just kicks it to Clark for 3. And Clark hits another 3 from the NBA three-point line. And that's 3 threes for Clark.
The record is 7 in a game.
And Patterson comes up with a steal and gets it to Englehart. So Dame will bring it up the court now. Bishop with the ball. And you saw in that last play, the Cougars were looking to get Clark the ball behind the three-point line. They think he may have one of those nights. As Bishop, nice drive, shot no good, and Patterson is fouled by Hartz as he goes up for the rebound. Great job by Patterson to sell that foul. He jumped 8 feet the other way after it happened.
Yeah.
And Englehart with the ball gets it to Patterson. And here come the Cougars setting up their offense. Clark for 3.
Oh,
that one's
man.
no good. And I'm not sure what the call is.
Look at Coach Lamb. What are you doing?
But it will be Ace's ball. And Griffith drives in, and floater is good. So this seems to be a highly contested game starting out. Patterson with the ball down low, and one for Patterson. He'll be going to the line for a three-point play.
Your Cougars trail by 3 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half.
So Patterson shooting a free throw here, able to get us within 2. And after starting out 12-0, it's good to see us this close
really
in the game.
closing the gap.
As Hartz gets that rebound over Dame, and here come the Aces the other way. And that's Ronnie making up for that missed layup earlier with 2 points. Springer will drive. Shot by Springer doesn't fall after sitting on top of the rim for about 5 seconds.
It's actually 2 seconds. It was 2 seconds, guys. I went for you.
And Hartz's 3 is no good. And Clark steals it from Webb, and they have numbers. And Clark, layup, no good. And it just seems like both teams are missing a lot of shots they should make. As Griffith is able to roll that one in there. So the Cougars down 7 now. And I feel like the Cougars were playing better when the game was slowed down. We got into a foot race with them, and they took a 7-point lead on us. Springer drives on Hartz. He gets it back to Patterson, who also goes inside. Layup, no good. And that'll be a foul on either Dame. Yeah, that'll be a foul on Dame going for that rebound. As Weaver hit the ground hard there. And Englehart will check in for Dame, and Phillips in for Clark. And Scales will check in for the Aces. Scales for 3. It's good. And so the Aces back up by double digits after the Cougars fought back there. The Cougars hopefully will be able to get a basket and turn that around here. Looks like Engelhardt at the free throw line. He gets it out to Springer. And that shot is blocked. Patterson comes up with it. And that'll be a foul by Weaver reaching in on Patterson.
Fouls on number 3.
And it looks like Mims checking in now for Phillips.
Phil who? I'm Dr. Phil here.
Patterson trapped in the corner, gets out of it and gets the ball to Bishop. And the Cougars just passing the ball around the perimeter right now. Can't seem to find anything. And Patterson tries to go in on Webb, but he has the ball hit out of his hands. And they'll say it was out on Patterson, Ace's ball. And Griffith for 3, no good. And
Ring, I believe.
yeah, it was McFarland with the rebound, and he was blocked as he tried to go back up with it. And Clark will check into the game for Engelhardt now.
Webb with the ball and puts it up for 2, and it's good. The gap is kind of open a little bit. The Aces lead by 12.
And after the Cougars were able to close the lead to 3, hopefully they'll be able to fight back from this 12-point deficit. Bishop off a spin move. Free throw line shot no good. Here comes Ronnie. Gets it to Griffith. And Griffith drives in, kicks it back out to McFarland. And the Aces just pass the ball around. Entry pass to Webb. And he will go out of bounds with the ball. Mims drives in, and that pass to Patterson goes through his hands and out of bounds. The Cougars got to clean things up here before the Aces get an even bigger lead. And Dame will check in for Mims. So the Cougars will go with a bigger look here, having both Dame and Patterson on the floor. And Griffith, his 3 is good. And so the Cougars now down 15 all of a sudden. After the score was 15-18, so a 12-point run for the Aces. And they're going to call a foul on Weaver as Patterson was trying to get open down low.
Foul number 3, Ray Weaver, his second, team fifth.
And Clark for 3. That one is no good. So after hitting his first 2, he misses the next 2. And Bishop will shoot a three. That one no good as well. Dame comes up with the rebound. And we're going to set up the offense here. Springer drives floater, no good. And they're going to call a foul on Clark as he tried to intercept that pass.
Foul to number 2, Jacob Clark, his first, team third.
He's first, team's third, okay. Gosh, Mason's got 5 fouls. We're about to end the second quarter with 54 seconds left on the clock. Brian Griffin has the ball in his hand. Passes it to number 1, it seems like. That's it a 4-3.
And so Hartz will drive in, and that shot is no good, but they will call a foul with 42 seconds left on the clock.
Seems like they
That
have a
foul will be on 35 Patterson.
Number
Foul
35
to number
Patterson.
35, Logan Patterson, his first,
Drew
team
Hartz is
fourth.
gonna shoot.
At the line for 2 shots. Drew Hartz.
And so Hartz will be at the line to shoot two.
First one is not in.
The first one is up and no good.
Second one is in. Low relaxation by him. He looks the goal.
And the
Grabs
second free
good,
throw
knees bent,
is
90
up.
degree angle, good.
And the second free throw is good. And so McFarland will check back into the game for Hartz. As the Cougars are down 16 with 42 seconds left in the half.
Oh, God.
Patterson down low, and he puts it in for two, but they'll say he stepped on the line first.
Obviously, they paid Catholic refs more.
And they'll, with 23 seconds left in the half, the Aces have the ball. They'll likely hold to the last shot. And as Ronnie wasn't paying attention, that pass from Griffith goes out of bounds. So the Cougars will have 13 seconds here to get a score.
Dip lane swag. You're a genius, McLean.
And Clark drives, and he's fouled. So with 1.5 seconds left to go in the half, Clark will be going to the line to shoot two free throws.
Foul to number 21, Luke Scales, his first, team sixth. At the line for 2 shots, Clark.
He's going to make these 2 little free throws, you know what I'm saying?
And that first free throw was good.
We got 1 second left into the second quarter. Here at Owensboro Sports Center.
And the second free throw is good as well. So it looks like the Cougars are going to end the
Good way
half
to end it,
down
too.
14. And so at the end of the half, we'd like to tell you about MCHS TV. Just type in mchs.tv to your browser, and it will take you straight to the game. And also go ahead and subscribe while you're at it, so that and hit the notification bell. That way you get a notification anytime we go live. That way you don't miss a single Cougar game. And we'll be back with the second half. This is the McLean County Sports Network.
And we are back. And Weaver for the shot. Misses. Almost recovered by Braden Bishop, but it bounces off the feet of one of Owensboro Catholic. I didn't quite see which one it was. I'm Aaron Ring, joined here by Corbin Case until Matthew finishes his sandwich. And Logan Patterson almost tipping it in.
Looks like
And out of bounds.
Braden Bishop
Yeah.
accidentally knocked it out of bounds. Number 1 with the ball, passes it to 3, passes it to 2. Over to
Webb with the ball.
Two, drives in,
And
goes up for the
Catholic
shot,
puts
misses.
it up.
Catches his own rebound. 23 goes up for the shot. Catches his own rebound and goes up and misses again. Rebound by Trey Englehart, who passes it to Braden Clark, who passes it to Isaac Springer. Passes it over to Braden Bishop. Back to Springer. Over to Englehart. Back to Bishop. Over to Springer.
Who passes to
Patterson.
Patterson, who puts it up for 2 and rolls out. Rolls
Rebound
off
by
top of the rim.
23. Number 2 goes up for the shot and misses. Springer driving with the ball. He goes up for the shot. Just short. Bishop catches the rebound.
And Clark with
up,
the 3.
and it just put a little too much power on it. Number 3 passes it to 22, who passes it to 1, who goes up for the shot and makes it, making it now 33-17. Cougars, I think, called for a timeout.
And with that, we're going to be taking a little time out of our own, brought to you by B.F. Evans, located in Livermore, Kentucky. And we are back.
Braden Bishop takes down the ball, who passes it to Springer.
We're doing Sports Network right here,
Passes
Armando.
it to Dame, who goes up for the shot and I think was fouled, so I believe he will go up to shoot 2. First shot is up, and it is
It's
good. Second shot is up. It just knocks out, and number 22 catches the rebound, who passes it to number 2, who dribbles it down, passing it to 23. Back to 3. Over to 1, over to 2. Passes it back to 3, to 23, to 1. to 2. To 3. To 1.
And he puts it up. No
And
good. Rebound by Trey Englehart. Oh, who gets
But
it
it is stolen.
And
Trey Englehart gets it back.
Braden Bishop drives down the court.
Passes it to Springer, who passes it to Trey, who goes up for the shot, and it just bounces out. Brady, 23 with the rebound. Passes it to 3. Passes it to 2, who goes up for the shot and makes it.
Basket by Brian Griffin.
Braden Bishop taking down the ball. He passes it to Dame, who passes it to Springer. Pass to Englehart. Back to Dame.
Who
Goes up
oh
and
man.
just couldn't get it up there.
Webb with the ball. Pass to Weaver. Weaver takes it down the court. And number 1.
Bishop takes down the ball. Pass to Springer, back to Bishop. Bishop goes for the 3. Trey catches the rebound, gives it to Clark, and Clark makes the
Bounces
shot.
in. Your Cougars trail by 15, 35-20 with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter.
We're not going to be calling small stuff here. You know that, right? Not in this game because, it's
Number 22 with the ball, who passes it to 23, who goes passes it to 1, back to 23, goes and makes the shot. Braden Clark taking it out, gives it to Braden Bishop. He passes it to Clark. Who gives it back to Bishop. Back to Clark. To Dame. Who puts it up and makes
2
it.
points.
Still Aces leading by 15, 37-22. With 2 minutes and 42 seconds in the third quarter. Number 3 has the ball. Gives it to 1, over to 2. Back to 3. Over to 1. Down to 22. Over to 1, who makes the shot. Braden Bishop taking down the ball. Passes it to Clark. Over to Englehart. Down to Dame. Back to Englehart. To Springer. Looks like it is a foul on number 3. It will be McLean County's ball. Wait, Dame passes it to Patterson. Passes it back to Dame. Who's up and misses. Rebound by number 1. Pass to 22, who goes up and gets the and 1.
Foul number 3, Trey Englehart, his second, team first at the line for one shot. Webb.
The shot is up, and it is made.
Zachary Mims with the ball. Pass to Jaden
Arnold.
Arnold.
Over to Phillips.
Back to Mims.
Back to Travis. Down to Patterson.
Who
Gets
Bouncing.
fouled, so he will shoot 2.
Foul number 22, John Webb, his first, team third.
First shot is up, and it's just short of making it. Second shot is up and just short again. Rebound by number 22, who passes it to 2. Ooh. Aaron, I did not see what happened there, did you?
I just saw the basketball hit one of the cheerleaders. Hope they're all right.
Well, it must have been a foul. First shot is up, and it misses. Second shot is up and misses again. Rebound by Patterson, who passes it to Mims, who passes it to Tanner.
Wilkerson, yeah.
Passes it back to Mims. Looks like Mims was fouled, so it will be McLean's ball. With 1 minute and 11 seconds in your third quarter, it is 42 to 24. Looks like number 22 went for a dunk and just couldn't seem to get it in.
Yeah, he's very tall, 6'5".
Wow. Number 11 going in for 22, I think. I didn't really see the sub. Patterson with the ball, goes up for the shot, misses. Jaden Arnold gets the rebound and makes the shot. Looks like they threw it at Aces threw it out of bounds, so it will be McLean's ball with 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Zachary Mims throws it to Jaden Arnold. Back to Mims. Back to Arnold. Over. Number 11 has the ball now, who goes up for the shot and misses. Looks like it will be McLean's ball. Travis Phillips has the ball. Looks like he might have been fouled.
Foul on number 11, Ray Lundy, his first team fifth.
Phillips passes it to Arnold. Passes it to Mims, who goes up for the shot.
2.
Misses and rebounded by 23, who passes it to 2, who goes up for the shot and makes it.
And that looks like it'll be it for the third quarter. Aces 44, your Cougars 26, and we will be back for the last quarter of the game.
And we are back, and Cougars starting the fourth quarter down 18 as we started the third down 15. And the Aces added 3 more points to their lead in the third quarter. And after what looked like a good start in the first, what do you think went wrong for the Cougars, Cameron?
Well, yeah, it's great to be here. The thing that's really hurting the Cougars right now is they have not been consistent with the layups. If you look in the paint, that's one of the first points we scored in the paint this half. I think we scored about 4 in the paint last quarter. But if we can start getting the paint play back up, I think we'll do a little bit better here.
And that is the second lob attempt for Webb. And Dame fouls him before he's able to complete it. And it looks like that'll be a technical foul against McLean County.
Who did he call it on?
The coach.
Okay.
Called it on who?
So Coach Lynham picks up a technical foul there, and Webb will shoot 2 free throws here for the foul. And then they'll shoot some more for the technical.
One thing I've noticed about Lanham this year is that he's a very animated coach and will get into the game just like he did there, and sometimes he lets his emotions get ahead of him here.
Yeah, and that Webb knocks down that first free throw, and the second one, no good. And I'm sorry for the poor introduction as we just started into the game. I'm here, I'm Matthew Miller, and I'm here with Cameron Edwards during the fourth quarter. He is a McLean County Sports Network alumni.
It's always a pleasure to join you guys in the booth, Matthew, and I'm just glad to be here as Mr. Ring decided to take a little bit of a break. Y'all have done some great things with the Sports Network I've seen since I've been here as he hits the second free throw.
So that's Weaver knocking down both technical free throws, and the Aces will have possession of the ball. And the Cougars are down 18. So here's Griffith now bringing it up for the Aces. Goes off the screen and drives, and they'll call a blocking foul on Bishop.
Now, why he called that there is because Braden was still moving side to side, and he did not get to the established point before he was hit. So that's the reason it was called there. Some referees will choose to pass on that, but here he decides to call it.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like Bishop was even attempting to take a charge. It just seems like he got knocked over in the course of play while Griffith was driving off that pick there. As they're wiping some sweat off the floor from where Bishop went down.
These referees have been letting them play a little bit this game, choosing to pass on some knick-knack fouls. So that's a good thing for the Cougars because we like to play a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more handsy. So that's really good for our play. It just hasn't translated to the scoreboard yet.
And Hartz pump fakes a 3 and kicks it back out to Weaver. Weaver will drive, and Bishop with a steal.
Oh,
Here
that's
come the
a
Cougars.
good strip. Braden Bishop has always been good on defense, as you see again there, and we lose it the exact same way.
Yeah, Dame just didn't see Weaver coming back down the court. Ronnie lobs it up to Webb, and that ball goes out of bounds, and that is the third lob attempt for Webb, so 0 for 3 on that.
See, Webb is a sophomore, and I think once he gets to be a senior, I think he'll be able to do that with ease, but right now he's just a little young and could use more experience at it in the gym.
Yeah, in that one earlier, it looked like it was a for sure 2 points, but just threw it down a little too hard and hit the other side of the rim.
Mm-hmm. See, people think that getting up there is the challenge for dunking. No, you have to still have technique to get into the hole.
And Patterson is fouled, and he'll go to the line for an and one. Nice job by Patterson finishing in the paint there.
Now, Patterson this year has been struggling with his free throws. If he can hit this one here, but the Cougars done by 16. Still a pretty big margin, but I've seen bigger leads fall in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and Patterson, that's a good point. That is something he's struggled with all year, and he hits the and one, so the score now is 47-31. Cougars down 16. And with that timeout, we'll take a little break, and we'd like to thank our sponsor, B.F. Evans Ford, located in Livermore, Kentucky. And we are back. This is the McLean County Sports Network. Currently, your Cougars are down 16, 47-31 with 6 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game. And right now the Aces have the ball. They're just passing around the perimeter as Griffith gets it and thinks about a three. And it seems that the Aces want to slow things down here with that lead they have.
Which is a good strategy. As long as this is a good time to work on your ball handling skills, being up by this much. Cougars can also start working on their defense a little bit more here.
Yeah, and the Cougars, ever since there's the second quarter that really did it for them. The third quarter, they only, if we're just taking the third quarter alone, they only lost by 3 points. But in the first quarter, they were only down 4 going into but the second quarter, they just let the Aces gain a huge lead. And we've been unable to recover from that since.
There seems to be a common theme when the Cougars lose, which has been the theme over the past couple of years, is that they'll play 3 good quarters of basketball, and then 1 quarter they just let beat them. It's either the second or third quarter that they let beat them, then they play great the rest of the game. If we could keep that consistency the whole game, we would be in a whole lot more of these games than we lose.
Yeah, and right now Tom is not on our side, down 16 in the final quarter. That's always hard to come back from.
If the Cougars can piece together 2 stops in a row, which isn't too much to ask, I think we'll have a chance to start getting a little run here as we see Logan Patterson breaking up the pass there.
Aces will retain possession as he knocks it out of bounds. But like you were saying, if we just get a couple stops, but still 16 points is a huge deficit to overcome in 1 quarter. As Dane gets the rebound there. And here comes Bishop the other way with it.
See, Dane throws it underneath. Whoa, you just see that great offense right there, Matthew.
Excellent entry pass from Dame down low to Patterson, which results in 2 points.
That's some great field vision. You being a quarterback, Matthew, you understand the importance of field vision there.
And that three-pointer is no good, but Webb comes up with the rebound as he backs down Dame, gets it to Ronnie, and Bishop takes it out of his hands. Here comes Bishop. Patterson in the paint, another 2 points.
That's a beautiful move there in the paint. As you see him just take a little jump step around him and just throws it up off the backboard.
And the Aces will call a timeout as the Cougars cut the lead to 12. And so hopefully the Cougars can keep this up and cut into that deficit a little more, and we'll be back right after this timeout. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Buck Creek Baptist Church, and we'll be right back. And we are back. The Cougars are down 12, 47-35 with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. And we saw the Cougars get 2 good possessions in a row after 2 stops. Hopefully that theme will continue, and the Cougars will cut into this deficit more in the fourth quarter. As Griffith drives. Oh, and they're going to call that a foul on Bishop. I don't agree with that call at all. Bishop didn't have his feet set, but it was a forearm. He threw his forearm into him and knocked him to the ground. I don't think you have to have your feet set for that to be called an offensive foul.
No, to see what actually happened there is Brayton's there setting up to play defense on him, while number 2 took his arm and planted it solely into his chest and threw him on the ground. I do not believe that the referee saw that clearly that time and therefore made the incorrect call.
Yeah, that was the wrong call there. That's as most of the crowd was very responsive to let the ref know that he missed that one. And Bishop tips it out of bounds. Catholic will retain possession.
See, one thing that Catholic is really good at is wasting time off the clock when they're in the lead. They know how to pass the ball and to keep it away from the defense. And we're going to see that a little bit more right here.
Yeah, and there's 4 minutes and 43 seconds remaining.
See, one thing, since there's no shot clock implemented in high school yet, things the defenses can do is get within 6 feet of the ball handler, and that'll start a closely guarded 5-second call. So if they hold the ball for more than 5 seconds, that means that the defense will get the ball after that point. So that's a good strategy that most coaches implement.
And the Cougars took it the other way after a missed shot there. And so Dame now with the ball on the wing, he looks inside, instead gets it to Clark in the corner. Back to Dame, and it looks like they'll set up the offense by giving it to Bishop. Patterson down low, up for 2, no good. Ball deflected, Dame comes up with it. And Bishop again with the ball, gets it back to Dame for 3. And Dame's three-pointer's just a little long. And Clark will go out of bounds as he tries to get the rebound there. Ace's ball.
See, the Cougars are starting to lose control here because they're more worried about scoring points than finding the open man here. I know that there's not a lot of time left on the clock, but 12 points is manageable in under 4 minutes. You just have to be more careful with the ball.
And Webb makes it from 12 points to 14 with that quick 2 points there.
The Aces are currently using what appears to be a 2-3 hybrid zone, which means people will come in and do a double team on whoever has the ball on the perimeter. And even down here on this last possession, you saw that once Jacob Clark got inside the paint, they used 2 men on him. So it appears that Catholic's going to be double teaming the ball handler no matter who it is.
And Webb comes up with that rebound, gets it to Ronnie. So here come the Aces as Ronnie gets it to Hartz. And that's Weaver with an entry pass to Webb. Fade away, no good. Rebound, Bishop. Here comes Bishop with the ball. Cougars got numbers, and Patterson's 2 points is good, and he'll go up for an and one.
One thing that you could say about Logan Patterson is when he goes up, he'll finish it. No matter how hard he's fouled, he's not going to just randomly throw the ball. He's going to try to score every time.
Yeah, and Patterson, a great finisher down low, and that will be his second and one of the game. And we'll see if he can complete the three-point play. And he does not, but Brady Dame gets the rebound, and he throws it out of bounds as he falls.
Brady tried his best there, but his team wasn't really giving him any help. They were all just standing around looking at him on the ground.
Yeah, no one really rushed to help get the ball away from him as he was down there. And that probably would have been a good time for Coach Lynham to call a timeout. And the Aces will call a timeout, and with that, we'll be right back. And we are back as it looks like Hartz will take the ball out now for the Aces. And the Cougars down by 12, 49-37. And it seems like ever since starting the fourth quarter, starting the second half down 15, Cougars unable to overcome that deficit fully. And with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, we'll see if we're able to make a comeback here. As Dame gets a big rebound and is fouled by Weaver. And it looks like the Cougars will be in the bonus, as that's 7 fouls for the Aces.
And that'll be Brady Dame will be coming to the line to shoot the one in the bonus. Matthew, it's critical to hit your free throws in order to stay in a ball game. The Cougars have struggled with that most of this game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and whenever you're losing, shooting free throws is a great way to come back because the clock stops and you're still able to get points. And Dame knocks down the first free throw there, so he will shoot the bonus. And that's something that if the Cougars can knock down their free throws, they may have a chance.
Mm-hmm. Because Catholic plays very aggressive, and these referees have started to call a little bit more here, and the Cougars have brought it within 10.
And Catholic takes a timeout here as Griffith turns to the ref and makes that call. And so we'd like to thank our sponsor, B.F. Evans Ford, and we'll be right back. And we're back. The Cougars are down 10, 49-39. The Aces have the ball with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. As Webb gets the ball at the free throw line, and Dame will foul him and send him to the line to shoot one in a bonus, as that'll be the Cougars' 7th foul.
See, Brady Dame was trying to get the ball there, but you can't start going and hitting the arm on the inside from the back. That's going to be a reach-in called every time. You have to be more careful with that.
Well, it seems like that foul was almost intentional, as maybe he was trying to stop the clock there. But the first free throw is good, and fouling intentionally only works if they miss their free throws.
Mm-hmm. And fouling intentionally this early with 2:21 remaining, and you're only down 11 now, it's a pretty bold strategy. See if it pays off for him.
And he knocks down both free throws, so that foul was not successful. And Griffith would have had a wide-open lane to the basket if he was able to intercept that ball, but it goes out of bounds, and the Cougars will retain possession.
Owensboro Catholic is pretty much experts of getting into the passing lane. The Cougars have been pretty smart to avoid them.
And Bishop just drops that pass out of bounds. Don't think he was expecting it from Clark, and so the Aces will have possession of the ball now.
These are the nitty-gritty things that will start to cause you to lose ball games here. Just lack of focus here in the last 3 minutes or less. When you were down by 10, you're now going to be down by a few more after these free throws, I do imagine. But you got to be able to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, and it's just those details that add up throughout the game and make a difference on whether the game goes into the win column or the loss column. As Ronnie hits his first of 2 free throws there, and a timeout will be taken by the Cougars. That is a full timeout, and we want to thank our sponsor, Buck Creek Baptist Church, and we'll be right back. And we are back, and we'll be returning to Ronnie shooting a second free throw after he hit the first. Cougars down 13, 52-39. And the Cougars had cut the deficit to 10, but after a few free throws, they're now down 13. And make that 14 as Ronnie hits the second free throw there.
See, the Cougars could be doing great right now if they had hit more of their layups and have done a better job in the paint. They've let Owensboro out-rebound them. I'm sure if we were keeping that stat, it would be by at least 5, like we see right there. They're going up for it, but not going up as strong as Owensboro Catholic is.
Yeah, and those 50-50 rebounds like that, whenever you're playing a tougher opponent, that's what really that makes a big difference in the game. And Catholic has come out on top in that situation most times tonight.
The rebounding battles where you separate the boys from the men, and right now the Catholic men are really out-rebounding us. I see Brayden getting up a little bit closer to him, getting a closely guarded count going. I expect the Catholic Aces to try to dribble out about a minute of this clock if they can, unless they get in a wide open lane like that. Out-rebounded once again.
And that three is good, and so that's another of many threes Catholic has hit tonight. Not as many as in the first half. They hit more threes in the first half than the second, and Dame will try to answer back, and that's no good.
Now we're just taking stupid shots that we don't need to take.
And here comes Griffith the other way. Pass over to Webb, and Webb will pass it back out. And Ronnie just finds himself wide open under the basket.
Now that's just a big mental lapse there by the Cougars. Even though you're losing, you can't just let somebody have that wide open of a shot underneath the basket.
And so the Cougars are down 18 now, and they've just fallen apart in these last couple of minutes after what looked like a possible comeback. And Clark will get 2 points there, dropping the lead to 16, and time will just expire as Griffith dribbles it to the other side of the court. And so the Cougars will fall to the Aces 57-41.
That score does not reflect how hard the Cougars played, though. Just a few mental lapses here in the last few minutes really hurt them.
Yeah, and it was only a 10-point game, and I think that score really is a better representation of the way these two teams played each other tonight. And with that, we'd like to thank both of our sponsors for tonight's game, Buck Creek Baptist Church and B.F. Evans Ford. And make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that next time we go live, you won't miss it. We're in the McLean County Sports Network, and we'll be back next time.